are y'all doing? What's going on? We have to talk about Sade, you guys. Rest in peace to Sade. You see the black girl on the screen? Girl, she was not but 19 years old. And you see this clear man? That is the man that took her out of here. He's 30 years old, and they met off a dating app. And when I tell you, he knew what he had planned to do. Yes, this was all planned to his. He wanted this to happen. And it's sad. It is so sad. And they said in his house, they saw, blood, they thought it was hers all on his walls. Come to find out it was somebody else's. And it's sad out here in these streets. Y'all got to watch these dating apps. People are trying to blame it on this young girl talking about you shouldn't be going to somebody's stranger's house on a first date. Y'all go to people's stranger's house for the first date, but you don't imagine that this man would do this. Like some people, this is really sick. This is mentally something wrong with this man, okay? Now, if you guys are in here, please press 3 so you guys know that you can hear me. This video is going to be brought to y'all by Leah Gordon. Shout out to you, boo. Okay, I gotta start getting back on your channel because I haven't been talking about Leah videos in a minute, but look like I gotta get back on my stuff like I was in the past. Okay, I am so disgusted and I am so shocked. Now, we hear everybody talking about black women divest. When I tell you, she tried, I divested, and look where it ended up her. Now, it doesn't mean all clear people feel this way, but hell, I mean, she's a smart girl. You would think that she would sense like he has some evil intentions, but nah, honey, they're really good at hiding how they really feel. They're really good at buttering you up. Okay, and making you think they like you, and they really don't. They really want to take you out of here. This happened this year. Yes, this is recent. This happened this year. Some of you guys remember this story when it hit. So I'm going to hold on. I put the top at the chat. If you guys want to come up here and talk about this, feel free to do so. I want to go here to Leah's. This is her mom welling out.
This isn't normal. This is a 2024 Jeffrey Dahmer. I need him held accountable. I need justice for Sade.
To learn more information.
So that is her mom, and she refers to him as a Jeffrey Dahmer because her body parts was split up all around, I guess, the area they stayed in. Like he cut off her torso, her body parts. I mean, wasn't like somebody want to take you out because they dislike you. I don't know what it was. And I don't know if he did it do with her first or what. Do you guys know what he would do something like this? Tell me this. Well, let's continue on.
About the disappearance of Sade Robin and the possible connection to those human remains that have been found across the area over the last 10 days.
A severed leg was found here at Warnemont Park in Cudahy, 11 miles from Sade's burned car.
Brings into question what is wrong with people.
Did you catch that? 11 miles from her burned car. So he burned her car. How did he get away with all this? And y'all got cameras everywhere and nobody's catching this. How did he get away with all this? We do have a caller, and I think this caller may have more information about this case, so I'm going to pick this call up. Calling, not so graphic. Calling from 216. Are you there?
I'm here, and I don't know if I'm going to say what you want to hear, but I just wanted to throw this in there. They do more about the people that kill cats and dogs and things. They would have been in jail had they killed cats and dogs. Think how they found all those cats here. They were ready to put everybody, the person that owned them, in jail. But now there's all of this that's going on, and this man has done all of this stuff, and they got to do, they got to go from here to there, and he's still free.
He's still
That's
free?
all I had to say.
Well, thank you so much. I said he's still free. He's not in jail?
I don't know. I don't know.
He should be in jail. All right, let me find out if he in jail.
He really should be.
Yeah, he should be in jail. I cannot believe that he's free. I don't believe that for 1 second. So let's go back here to the news source.
It was amazing, and I know all fathers probably say this.
And this is her father. You know, Sade, she did have a father in her life, and her father is speaking about it, and it's sad, you know.
Their daughters, but she was an amazing person.
Prosecutors have charged Maxwell Anderson with homicide, mutilation, and arson in the death of 19-year-old Sade Robinson.
That is the man. Oh my goodness, look at him. That is the man that took that black girl out of here. That is the man. Oh, he looked crazy. He put her car on fire. He humiliated her. Girl, I tell you, you got to be careful. And met off the dating apps. Ooh, when I get on them goddamn dating apps, anytime I see a face like him, I'm going to swipe to block that nigga. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I'm not accepting no messages. If they look like him, hell no. He took her out. They said took her where? Took her out to the restaurant, took her to the park, took her somewhere else. All in one day. That's a lot.
He was last seen on a date with Anderson April 1st.
Roughly 3 hours after Anderson and Robinson arrived at his home. In the video, the car turns west. From there, investigators say...
So he was at the home for 3 hours. After 3 hours, they arrived at his home. The vehicle turned left.
Anderson went to Warnemont Park and locations in Milwaukee to dispose of her body.
Wow. So after the restaurants and stuff, he went to the house. Then they said 3 hours later, he went to the park to dispose of the body.
When we came to look for her, we weren't coming looking for body parts. We were just coming to look for her.
Her corpse was found. Her torso.
They have witnesses, they have surveillance videos, they have her Apple tracking device that places them at a place having dinner, then going to a bar, going back to his place, her car, then going and driving away from his place to the place where they found body parts. They have a person going from the car to the shore in the search of his house, found blood in the bedroom and blood on the walls. Of course, that hasn't been tested yet, but again, not looking good for Mr. Anderson.
I'm so lost. So if that's not her blood in his house, when she went in that house, did she automatically knew something was up when she saw it? Did she see that blood on the walls? I mean, was that blood from before she got in the house or after she got in the house? Who else did this man take out of here?
Commissioner, to start, I filed an amended criminal complaint. The purpose of that amended criminal complaint was to essentially include a footnote regarding the blood recovered in the residence, and it just indicates that the preliminary DNA analysis supports the conclusion that there is no support for inclusion of Robinson's DNA. And
the investigators told me, the police, that the blood they found in his house is somebody else's blood, not my daughter's blood.
So you heard that the blood that was all on the walls was not her blood. It was somebody else's. So it definitely seemed like he get off taking people's life. Somebody in the comment section said this was his third victim. So the third person, and people want to know, was his other victims black? Were they black women? Or were they all different types of women? People want to know, was this race motivated? Please let us know if you know.
It's a lot of, but I told them when this first happened, you don't just wake up and do something like this. This couldn't be the first time. There has to be more to that story.
All right, so like I said, I'm over here at Leah Gordon channel, and she talks more about this case. So a commercial is coming by, so I gotta bypass it. So I'm trying to give you guys some different content. You said you wanted to break from Diddy, so that's what I'm doing. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to call in or hit that link.
My parents raised me, they raised us. We are light workers. We put out positive energy. We exert. We help others. I'm a community advocate as a personal way of my life, the way I live.
So who's talking? This is Sade Mama. She was on Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace interviewed her. So this is a girl that is gone. She passed away from that clear man and took her out of here. And her mom is speaking. That's who you hear speaking. She had both parents that loved and cared for her, and both of her parents are speaking out on her behalf.
I've worked for others. I help others my whole life. I've raised my daughters that way. My daughters have excelled. I have 2 daughters. This has caused so much emotional effect to my family, my parents who love my baby so much. I couldn't have asked for any better daughter. There was things my daughter did that many adults were not even able to accomplish in their lifetimes. And I'll be 43 in a week. My birthday's on April 27th. Sade's birthday's on May the 10th. I had her on Mother's Day.
She was on the verge of graduating from Milwaukee Area Technical College with an associate's degree in criminal justice. She had a promising future ahead of her, especially in the field of justice. According to her father, Carlos Robinson, his daughter loved to explore the truth.
She was amazing, and I know all fathers probably say this about their daughters, but she was an amazing person. She had a good heart. She was smart. She was driven. I always try to instill certain values within her as far as work ethic, morals, basic principles and values to give her the tools she needed to be successful.
Well, that's so sad. I'm going to fast forward. So basically the parents is just breaking down and saying how much they care for her. So what are you guys taking away from this? I say, we got to start, ladies, you got to start having that pow. And I know I'm a hypocrite because I don't even have one. But all these situations from her and Diddy, pow is a us, okay? And hopefully if she would have had that pow, she would have blasted his butt to smithereens and would have came out of this alive, hopefully. A lot of times, you know, we don't have the pow when we on these dates because we figure the man that is interested in us will protect us. But honey, they don't here protect us. They want to harm, okay? He picked her out on the date with evil intentions. He took her out, showed her the good time, got her so comfortable where she felt comfortable going back to his house for whatever reason. Now, do you think he forced her to? Did he have the pow and say, no, you come with me? Or did she go willingly? I'm not sure because he could have forced her. He seemed crazy enough. He could have forced her, but that's why the mom said he's a Jeffrey Dahmer. If you guys know about Jeffrey Dahmer, he was really nice and he was really sweet to all of his victims, and he would lure them in the house and have them drinking stuff, and maybe he offered her a drink and that drink has some stuff in there, or maybe he put something in her drink at the restaurant and got her kind of woozy. So he could did this so many ways, but be careful. I know a lot of you girls have daughters out here. Keep your daughters mindful because this could happen to anyone.
Should focus on school and work. The 19-year-old eventually wanted to explore the field of dating. Even before she started.
They said he took her to an old job. Why would he take her to the old job? And that's what I'm saying. Did she go to the old job willingly, or he was forcing her to go to the old job? Who wants to go to your old job? Huh? I think he probably slipped something in her drink, or he put that pow and told her to come with him. Come on. Okay. Was he calling her in names? Why did he pick a black girl out of all girls? And can y'all tell me his other victims? Was his other victims white women, black women? Were they men? What was his other victims? Y'all said he got 3 or 2 other victims. Call in, let us know what you guys think about this.
To explore the idea, she presented a presentation to her father on why she should.
I remember when she wanted to start dating, and she came to me with a presentation on why she should be able to date. And so we sat down and we talked about it, and I was amazed at her in-depth preparation for her argument. I didn't allow it because I told her she wasn't mature enough at the time, but I told her I still was proud of her for the effort she put in and the way she presented it. She was in Milwaukee at the time when this happened, before I had custody of her, when she was with me. I tried to keep her focused on academics and building life skills with her. I told her to enjoy childhood while she had it, and don't try to grow up too fast, because when you get older, you're gonna want to be younger.
Although he had his reservations, Sade was a very responsible young lady. She was very open and vocal about her plans and her whereabouts. Her friends and family always had her location, and she didn't hide much of anything from them. But sadly, even with being so meticulous, she crossed paths with a very...
Oh, she is so beautiful, isn't she? And how could that clear man see this beautiful girl and says, I'm going to destroy her life. I'm going to end her. I'm going to hurt everybody she loved by taking her out of here. Like, these men out here, they are sick in the head, and it's not enough campaign. It's not enough awareness to get these attention, to make an outcry. These men are dangerous. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? They so dangerous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And y'all just out here trusting these men, just hooking up with these men. Y'all don't even know y'all don't even be having conversations with these men. And y'all be allowing them to go over to y'all houses. You go over their houses. Y'all don't even know you don't even know that nigga real name. And look at her. She knew that dude name. They went out to lunch. She did everything right according to the book. But people said that the only thing she did wrong, she went over to his house on the first date. But you know, nowadays, y'all go over to people's houses on the first date. That's not uncommon. It's horrible that he did this. But what do you think? On the first date, is it common to go over to person's house on the first date? Comment, let me know. Press 1 if it's common. Press 4 if it's not common. Hell, the horrible thing she probably thought was he was probably going to try to get some, but maybe he didn't come off that way, that he was that sexual. Maybe he just wanted to watch Netflix. I don't know, eat popcorn. But then again, what the hell we need to go to your house for? Shit, we just had a date. Okay, I'll see you later, and you talk to me later, but I don't need to go over your house. Shit. If we're not about to do nothing, I don't need to go to your goddamn house. One step at a time. But and she's smart. I don't think she went to that nigga house willingly. I think he put something in her drink. Okay. I think, I can't prove it, but I suspect this monster put something in this girl drink. And how do we know? Was he using his real picture, or was he catfishing? Because it's a lot of catfishing going on, right? He could have catfished her, then got her at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Put something in her damn drink and said, sit down. You know, his friend is coming. Or maybe he said, yeah, this is really who I am. And she like, well, why do you have to lie with this drink up? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think she went to that house willingly. But what do you guys think?
Just man.
All right, so that's commercial, so I cannot show commercial, but feel free to make my Cash App clap, okay? Make that Cash App clap if you like the comments, my the show that I'm doing. My Cash App is PINKLIPS500. So make it clap, y'all. Show some love and make it clap. Especially if you guys like me talking about these type of topics. So I'm about to click off this commercial so we can get back to regular programming. Leah. Who is Maxwell? So Maxwell, that's that clear man that took her out of here. Who is Maxwell?
On March 31st, 2024, Sade spent the Easter evening with her mother and the rest of her family. The next day, on April 1st, Sade video called her mother to talk to her about the rest of her night and how she planned to style her hair. Sade had planned a first date with a man named Maxwell Anderson.
Ooh, he looked evil, girl. He don't look well kept. He did not look like the white man in the movies. He looked like a damn villain. He looked like Freddy Krueger. He looks like Jason. I don't trust that white man. What do y'all think? Press 7 if he looked nice. Press 10 if he looked like he'd take you out of here. He just looked evil. He looks evil, girl. He looks evil. I don't trust him. I do not trust Maxwell.
33-year-old bartender who also worked as a security guard. People who knew Maxwell described him as weird, awkward, and spoiled.
Ooh, they say he's weird. That's enough for me. I don't do no weirdos. I don't mess around with no weirdo motherfuckers. Okay. He's weird, arrogant, and what else? Something else she said.
Old friends said he struggled to maintain relationships and responsibilities. They also reported that he often exhibited signs of substance abuse and mental health issues.
Girl. Ooh, can we talk about mental health? A lot of y'all are dealing with mental health motherfuckers, okay? Mental health is serious. You need to start asking these men. I know y'all be asking them if they're gay or not, but you need to ask, are you mental ill? Do you suffer with bipolar? Do you suffer with personality disorders? Okay, because you never know when a different personality is going to bust out on your ass. You know, you need to know these things because a lot of people are on medication and they're off their meds. Okay? They're off their meds. And would you date a man that take medication for his mental health? Comment, let me know. Okay, I got 2 cousins that end up with women that was mentally ill and they're going through hell. Do you understand? Mental illness is real, y'all. A lot of people are off their meds. Press 1 if you deal with a man that, take medication for his mind. Press 7 if, never mind, you're not going to go that route. For me, I can't do it. I don't judge anybody. Hell, people may not want to date me, but I can't deal with that shit. I'm too paranoid. When you get mad, I don't know who coming out. Am I talking to George or Michael? What if you try to take me out of here and then the next moment you're sorry? I'm not dealing with that shit. Let's go.
He shared many things that left people puzzled. He has videos of him and his dog fetching in a cemetery.
Okay.
He took his dog to the cemetery. That's where he buried the rest of his bodies. Okay, tell me something about to fast forward this.
Good girl. Hey, give me that.
Anderson told the local news that, quote unquote, social media will have you believe that I have a habit of bailing him out of bad situations, but I can assure you that nothing could be further than the truth. In the case of his past legal problems, when he's done wrong, he's had to accept personal responsibilities for his action. In his run-ins with the law, that has meant using a public defender or representing himself. According to multiple reports, Maxwell has also displayed violence and aggression, having been involved in multiple confrontations and assaults. A local news station in Milwaukee highlighted several incidents he had over the years.
12 News has confirmed the 33-year-old man has ties to Waukesha County, attending Kettle Moraine, Catholic Memorial, and Pewaukee high schools in the early 2000s. Anderson has a criminal record, a 2014 misdemeanor disorderly conduct conviction in Waukesha County.
Can we normalize getting these niggas' names and running background checks? Can we? I don't even do that. I need to start doing it. I need to know who I'm dealing with. I need to get a name and I need to run a background check to see what they got on their record. Can we normalize that? Press 10 if you feel like we should normalize getting these men names that are interested in us and doing a background check. Okay? We need to download an app. What's the best app, you guys, where we can run a name and all the information come up? Tell us the best app. Or press 20 if you feel like I'm doing too much. We need to find out.
After an incident with a family member in Delafield, and in 2015, a misdemeanor domestic violence case out of Door County.
Maxwell's encounters with law enforcement were frequent and varied, ranging from underage drinking to disorderly conduct, assault, and driving under the influence. Although he was dealing with all these issues over the years, he still chose to date around in the city, and he eventually crossed paths with 19-year-old Sade Robin.
Now, what does a 33-year-old want with a 19-year-old? What do y'all think about those ages, 33 and 19? Do y'all think that's appropriate or inappropriate? Comment, let me know. I mean, he don't got a big old house. He don't got no money to offer her. He don't got nothing to offer her. What are we doing here? Shit, at a 19, she's trying to get herself together. She can't offer you nothing. Press 1 if you feel like it's appropriate. Press 5 if you feel like the age difference is inappropriate.
On April 1st, the young college student had been looking forward to her date with Maxwell Anderson. Several people were aware of her going out on a date that day. She was even cited telling a worker in her building how excited she was. Her phone records show that at around 4:15 p.m., she texted Maxwell that she was feeling seafood and headed out to meet him at the restaurant.
Girl, she's over here telling people she's excited on this date. She must really like this dude. This Maxwell, he got a deep voice, but me and Sade, we don't got the same taste because on the looks, I can't get down with that. Okay. That chin was too big. Okay. And I don't trust his face. His face looked funny to me. Okay. But she was excited going around. Yeah, girl, I'm about to go on a date with Maxwell. He's treating, honey. Girl, what? Honey, and it's so sad. It's so sad because she really thought she was going to have a good time. Don't that hurt y'all the most? I know it hurts me. The fact that she thought she was going to have a good time, the time of her life. This will be the last time. This will be the last day for her. She is not going back home after this. That is such a mind play when I'm going out to have a good time and I'm excited and I'm going to die. The man that I'm excited about is planning on killing me this whole time. He has hatred for me and he's smiling in my face and he's buttering me up just to stick the knife in me. That's messed up. Man, I can't trust nobody at this point. It makes me so damn paranoid. I don't want to trust nobody. Nobody. Okay? Goddamn.
Tomorrow, the two arranged to meet at Twisted Fisherman for dinner. Maxwell arrived first at the restaurant and told the bartender he was there for his first date. Sade arrived at the restaurant around 5:20 p.m. and met Maxwell at the bar. The two had food and drinks, but they only stayed about an hour. At 6:30 p.m., the two arrived at Deuce on the Water in Sade's car. Maxwell had told Sade he needed to pick up a W-2 form there since he used to work there. While there, Sade sent a Snapchat to a friend, alerting them that the two left the bar at 9:06 p.m. That was the last form of communication sent from Sade's phone. Less than 30 minutes after that Snapchat message to Sade's friend, Sade was never seen or heard from again.
Ooh, girl, another commercial. So I need y'all to call in. Feel free. We want to know what you guys think about this. Ain't it sad? He went to his job because he said he had to pick something up there. And she didn't think much of it. I wouldn't think much of it. And then they said she put a Snapchat alerting people that she was leaving a job. So shit, she seemed like she was she does better than me, because when I go on these dates, y'all, don't nobody even know I'm going on a date. Shit, I don't tell nobody I'm going on a date. I don't tell nobody where I'm at. I'll be back when I be back. I don't be checking in on nobody. Shit, okay. I don't. Oh, I don't. And she did all that checking in, and this still happened to her. She should have got his name and ran that background check. But if after running out that background check and seeing all those things on his record, do you think that she would have still went out with him or not? I don't know.
Here's the new video. Prosecutors say that's Sade Robinson's car. The home security video shows the car heading south down the alley that leads away from Maxwell Anderson's garage. The video is timestamped at 12:47 a.m. in the early morning hours of April 2nd, roughly 3 hours after Anderson and Robinson arrived at his home. In the video, the car turns west. From there, investigators say Anderson went to Warnemont Park.
At 9:24 p.m. on April 1st, 2024, two human figures were seen arriving at Maxwell's home on surveillance video. Sade's phone was located in the area, but authorities have not confirmed if that was her on video. Nonetheless, Sade had to be at work the next day, so it wouldn't be like her to stay out all night the day before her next shift. Her friends and family also found it strange that she didn't return their calls or texts after their date. One of Sade's friends called the police the following night saying she had not returned her calls or reported to work that day. Therefore, police visited Sade's apartment for a welfare check but did not find her there. While police were searching for missing Sade, her phone was pinged in several locations that night and early morning. On April 2nd at 12:48 a.m., her phone was pinged leaving Maxwell's home. It travels through Milwaukee downtown in the area of Sade's apartment before continuing north. At 1:33 a.m., the phone travels to Pleasant Valley Park along the Milwaukee River in the city's River West neighborhood. A couple hours later, at 3:02 a.m., surveillance captured a human figure descending the bluff to the beach level. Around 4:30 a.m., her phone pinged to Warnemont Park before losing battery. And at 7:29 a.m., surveillance captures a white male walking away from a car fire burning in a parking lot. A witness later told law enforcement he saw the white male exit the vehicle and toss a lighter into it before walking away. The male was wearing a gray hoodie and a tan backpack. At 3:32 a.m., the Milwaukee
Girl, this is too much. So this man had this whole thing planned out like he was going to war. I mean, to cut her body open. Where did he cut the body? How did he take her torso? What did he use? Did he use a chainsaw? Where did he have the chainsaw? And mind you, he took her car. Where was his car? Because they met up at the restaurant and then they took her car to his house. I mean, to his job. Where his car at, girl? See, I don't deal with niggas that don't got no cars, y'all. Yeah, I'm very judgmental. I'm not dealing with your ass. You don't got no car. You 33 years old and I'm 19 and you don't got no car. What are we doing? What are we doing? Huh? Girl, I couldn't do it. And I'm not trying to judge nobody. Hey, Rashida.
Hey, Gigi.
Do you hear this story? What's going on,
Yeah,
girl?
yeah, it's sad. This is sad. I'm thinking like you was thinking.
I'm too pissed. Rashida, do you understand how pissed I am, Rashida? Rashida, do you
He
understand how
might
pissed I am?
he might be a serial offer. Do I'm thinking it sounds like this is not his first time and he was hunting.
Okay, somebody gonna say this. If this wasn't a white man, would we be discussing this? What type of question is that? If this was a black man, we'll be discussing it.
But see, I see it. That's the stuff right there because just the last live, oh, we only bring our black men down. If it was somebody of another race, we wouldn't be talking about it. Now it's the other way around. Whatever.
And listen, these women are victims of these men. Y'all can't get the bigger picture. Y'all can't see these men are doing to these women. But I'm so upset, Rashida. This girl, she was excited to meet this dude, Maxwell. She was telling everybody about it. She had work. She was working. She had an honest job. She wasn't trying to scheme. She wasn't doing any crimes. She was an educated girl. She came.
It's so
She got
beautiful.
parents that love her. She didn't deserve this. This is effed up, Rashida. She don't deserve this. Not at all. Her
So
life
beautiful. Whole life ahead of her. Yeah. This is
and
crazy.
this white man should have been off the streets. This white
Was
man,
he not arrested?
yeah, I hope he was, but I'm saying he had priors and the people, y'all knew this, he was something wrong with him. Nobody wakes up, Rashida, and then all of a sudden they want to take your torso. They said that the girl was cut up and humiliated. Do you
Gigi.
hate somebody?
Gigi. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
How do you
Mm-mm.
humiliate somebody? Her whole torso was found in different places. He cut her up and chopped her. That's why the mom said it was he's a Jeffrey Dahmstein, whatever that dude is.
Yeah, because this is not his first time. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna start hearing about other victims in that neighborhood or in that vicinity of where he at. Cause that's what there's no way.
Do we got a lot of trolls in here? Why this man talking about some I play with knives? Talking about and tell the police away.
He could go play with knives out of this chat.
Girl, they coming from that Diddy. I really believe when we talk about Diddy, it be our people in that chat. And now we're talking about this with a clear people, they get upset.
You know what? They're gonna be all right if people start finding a IP address and reporting they behinds. They'll be all right then.
Well, let's continue to play.
Fire department responded to that car fire. The vehicle was a 2020 Honda Civic and belonged to Sade Robinson. The clothing she was seen wearing on her date was found in the trunk alongside fragments of a cell phone. At 8:35 a.m., video footage from a Milwaukee County Transit shows Maxwell in a gray hoodie with a tan backpack getting off a bus near his home. Surveillance captured him arriving at the house at 8:43 a.m. that morning.
Girl, so he took her
Somebody,
car and he burnt it up, and then he caught the bus back to his home.
somebody said in the chat that another black girl that worked with her went missing right before her. Is that true?
I don't know. They need to call in. Hold on, but this is him going back to his home that morning at 8:30 in the morning. And this was May the 5th, 2025. Okay, we inside Maxwell basement.
Oh my
God. What is going on? Why's she whispering?
Although he made it home, police were still searching for Sade, and later that day at 5:29 p.m., someone found a human leg appearing to be a black woman at that very park. The leg
Rashida, how did he cut her leg? Was he using a girl?
A chainsaw or something. This couldn't be his first time, Gigi. I'm telling you, he's a
Can you
serial.
imagine how she was screaming and yelling when she knew that he was about to do all
Right. And then did no one hear? Like,
and where did he do it at?
found about 2/3 of the way down a 100-foot bluff toward the shoreline and near a pump house.
This is a big mystery in the city of Milwaukee. It all began right here in this park in Cudahy, Warnemont Park. 1 week ago, someone found a severed human leg. 1 week after someone found a severed human leg at Warnemont Park in Cudahy.
He responded to the Warnemont Golf Course parking lot. 2 males who stated they found a leg in the bra by the water.
Milwaukee County prosecutors are working to strengthen their case against the man police are calling a person of interest.
It's very shocking over, in the city, anywhere, period, but it's very shocking.
More than a week later, test results would suggest the leg did belong to Sade.
Her mom and everybody says I was in denial for that first few days before.
What made that clear dude pick her out of all people? Why did he pick her?
The body parts were confirmed, but it wasn't denial. It was just, that was hope. That was the only thing I had to hold on to.
That's her father talking, Rashida.
Yeah.
yeah, I see.
That she was still there. And then when I got the confirmation, I didn't understand. Everything just confused me all of a sudden. Life, my faith in God, everything was confusing to me. My daughter used to say I was too strict, and yeah, I was strict because I was protective over her.
He probably thinking he probably should have locked her ass up. Probably should have been stricter. And I think that's very devastating for parents if you guys are real strict and then something like this happened to your kid. Child, I know he going through it.
What is up with people in this chat? What do you mean? Was she a working girl? And what do you mean she had to be working? There was no other I'm confused. Am I taking that the wrong way?
No, I didn't, Rashida. I told you they're here to see Diddy fall down, but when it comes to a clear person, that's what I think. I can be wrong.
Protective of her for reasons like this.
Well, I'm sorry. Is clear people offensive? Listen, I'm not trying to offend nobody. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, what do you want me to call him? Caucasian. How about that? Is Caucasian better?
No, ma'am, just being honest about it. Everyone wants to only believe the best about folks. What does that mean?
You can still see footprints all over this remote beach that's along Lake Michigan here in South Milwaukee. Neighbors tell me investigators were out here for much of the morning on Thursday. Someone walking the remote beach around 7:30 this morning found a torso and an arm just yards away from
Wow, a torso in her arm. They can't even bury her properly, Rashida. Or torso
This is
in the arm. Now, what were you gonna say?
Nah, it's just sickening. I'm listening to what the news report is saying, and that's the first thing I thought about what you said. How they can't even get her full body, just pieces at a time.
How did he do it?
I'm definitely on edge now.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office believes the body parts belong to 19-year-old Sade Robinson.
This is not something that anybody should have to go through, especially such a young girl. It just kind of makes me like scared now to kind of want to come down here with my dog, and do what we do every day, because now it's, am I gonna come down here and be the next one that's gonna find more body parts?
Something that won't stop is the search for Sade's body. Gail joined the family and friends along the shoreline Thursday afternoon. Investigators say they were taking a sonar boat out on the lake to look for more body parts on Friday.
On April 4th at 1:16 p.m., law enforcement pulled over Maxwell in his car and arrested him. A hoodie was found in his car that matched the hoodie of the suspect who torched Sade's car. Sometime that day, law enforcement executed a search warrant at Maxwell's home. The officers found blood in one of the rooms and on the walls leading to the basement. Several gasoline containers were also found in his home during the search. With blood and several body parts being found, Sade's father, Carlos Robinson, was asked to conduct a DNA test to help authorities identify Sade.
Yeah, they had to organize with the sheriff department down here to get my DNA sample because they said my DNA was stronger than her mom's. So they've been in communication with me. They give me updates.
I wonder, can we see the text messages between the two?
For the next several days, law enforcement and community volunteers continued to find more body parts of Sade. Some were found in the same location where Sade's car was set on fire, but other body parts were placed in different areas around town.
Now we want y'all to look up the bluff and down on the ground. Y'all know what y'all looking for? Yes. Okay.
Tracking through water and mud, Robinson's cousin.
So I think that he must have cut her open in her car. That's why he burned the car, because it was so much blood in that car. Would that make sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it does. But it's quite a few people saying that that's the second girl in 1 month in that town. Oh my goodness.
Warmont Park after searching all day, too exhausted to go on camera.
It's just tiring because we're not getting anywhere. But our family needs peace and we need closure, so I don't want to stop.
A group of about 20. They're searching places mentioned in the criminal complaint of Robinson's suspected killer, Maxwell Anderson.
Why can't he just confess and just tell us where he put the body? Huh, Rashida, why are we doing all this? Why can't y'all get him, torture him, and make him confess what he did?
Right. Somebody in the chat said they lived there and they still looking for her head.
Okay, but why can't y'all tell him to tell us? Y'all can't torture him to get the goddamn information?
Something.
I want to talk to him and just have him confess. Because he know where he did with everything. So he just, Rashida, he just refused to confess, even though he's been caught. He's just going to keep his mouth closed.
Probably. He probably think he could get something out the deal if he hold out, or I don't know. These sickles, I don't even know.
Tell us at this point.
Right.
It was really hard terrain, and you kind of have to be a madman to do it. Well, like, I felt compelled to do that. I owed that to her. She was gorgeous, and her smile could like brighten anyone's day, and she just had that personality where she could cheer you up. I've never been part of a search or anything like this before.
People want to get on the water because obviously she might be in the water and we don't have the resources.
Recently, authorities came together for a press conference giving the latest updates on Sade's case.
Chief Norman, JEFFREYNORMAN. We good? Great. Okay, so we're here for a briefing on the an ongoing investigation for human remains that were discovered early last week, and again, all the subsequent information that has come after that. I have to tell you, this briefing may be brief because there are a number of questions we may not be able to answer. That said, Sheriff Ball, Chief Norman will give you what they can, and on that, I will hand it off to the sheriff.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to give a brief update regarding the severed leg that was found and some of the human remains that have been found throughout Milwaukee County. As you know, on April the 2nd, at approximately 5:29 p.m., Milwaukee County 911 dispatch received a call from Cudahy Police Department regarding a severed leg at Warnemont Park. It was near the golf course and the pumping house. And so the leg was amputated from the around the hip down. And as a result, the leg appeared to be that of an African-American female. Subsequently, a Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting, and that missing person was Sade Robinson.
Meet your next pillow.
Sorry about that. That's a commercial. So I have to let this commercial play. What's your thoughts about it so far?
It's gut-wrenching. It's scary. That we live in a world like this, period. But it's just, I don't know, it seems like it's getting worse and worse. And hearing these stories and having children, it just makes you that more fearful.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Miss Jackson. Go ahead, member for 3 months. She said she was young and beautiful. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Yes, she was.
On Wednesday, April the 4th, our investigation led to a person of interest, Maxwell Stephen Anderson, who lives in the 3100 block of South 39th Street, where he was arrested after a traffic stop near the home. A search warrant was conducted. The severed leg has been preliminarily identified as belonging to Ms. Robinson. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Robinson family, friends, and the Milwaukee community who have embraced this family. We are sorry for your loss. It's such a tragic incident. Our investigators have worked around the clock on this investigation. As a result of their diligence and with the help of our criminal justice partners, the District Attorney's Office issued charges today against Maxwell Stephen Anderson for first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson of property other than building. He remains in custody.
Thank you, Sheriff Ball. First and foremost, on behalf of the Milwaukee Police Department, our hearts and prayers go out to the family of Sade Robinson. This is a horrendous tragedy, and above all else, we cannot imagine the pain that you must be going through. Please know that you have our deepest thoughts and condolences. Details of some of the Milwaukee Police Department.
Yeah, you're right here for it. She was an honor roll student. She was extremely intelligent. But I guess people are saying maybe she was naive when it comes to dating online.
Involvement can be found in the criminal complaint that was filed by the district attorney this morning. What we can share at this time is this. On April 2nd, Milwaukee Police Department investigated an arson at the 2800 block of West Lisbon Avenue. Video surveillance recovered from the arson investigation led investigators to search the area of 3000 West Galena Street. On Friday, April 5th, investigators located human remains in the area. On Saturday, April 6th, MPD continued the search in the area and located additional human remains on the railroad tracks.
The railroad
Later in the
track.
evening on Saturday, April 6th, MPD returned to the area when Miss Robinson's family located her blanket. At this time, detectives located additional human remains. The identification of the human remains recovered by MPD are still pending. I repeat that.
I'm
The
gonna fast forward to here. That's him. There he go, Rashida.
State of Wisconsin versus Maxwell Anderson, 24 CF 1692. Count 1, first degree intentional homicide. Count 2, mutilating a corpse. Count 3, arson of property other than building. This case is assigned to Judge Kaj, branch 45. Appearances.
Ian Vance Curzan for the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Anthony Cotton with Maxwell Anderson. He's here in person.
Good afternoon. Commissioner, to start, I filed an amended criminal complaint. The purpose of that amended criminal complaint was to essentially include a footnote regarding the blood recovered in the residence. The footnote is on page 6, and it just indicates that the preliminary DNA analysis supports the conclusion that there is no support for inclusion of Robinson's DNA in the blood or swabs that have been tested. And in some of those, her DNA has been excluded. But I just wanted to clarify that because it was brought up at the initial appearance. So that's why I included that. Otherwise, I think there was just a couple Scribner's errors that were corrected. And the rest of the information remains unchanged. And there's no additional charges.
Right. I did have noticed that an amended complaint was filed. Any objections to probable cause?
Not at this time, but
all right, I have read the criminal complaint. It does state probable cause. Waive reading?
we do.
All right. I'm showing you a document that's called preliminary hearing, questionnaire, and waiver. Is that your signature near the bottom of this page?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read this document, or did your attorney read it to you, or both?
Both, Your Honor.
And did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that if you had a hearing, the state would have to produce witnesses and perhaps other evidence to show that you probably committed a felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you also understand that by waiving that hearing, you are conceding that the state can establish probable cause and you will be ordered to stand trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone make any threats to get you to give up your hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone make any promises to get you to give up your hearing?
No, Your Honor.
I will find that Mr. Anderson has made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of his right to have a hearing and order him bound over for trial. I'm also in receipt of a request for substitution of judge against the Honorable Gene Kais. That is approved.
I filed a signed and dated information today. I sent a copy of that document to defense counsel prior to the hearing.
Acknowledge receipt, enter a not guilty plea subject to our substitution request. Thank you.
This case will be reassigned to Judge Sanders, branch 28.
I mean, he can hear, he can comprehend. He seemed like a regular person, but we know he's not. I don't even know what to say. All I want to know is, can you tell us where the head is? Where you put her head at?
Right.
Planning conditions of May 13th.
I'm there Thursday afternoon.
Yes, they said this is his third victim. He have done this to 2 other girls, but you guys still have not told me, was the 2 other women, were they black women or were they what were they?
16th. Okay, let's take that.
Next court date will be May 16th at 1:30 for a scheduling conference in branch 28.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too.
See ya.
Child, I wanted them to question him or something. This not giving me no, I'm not feeling good about this.
The announcement of the blood was not Sade's has raised many questions as to who the blood belongs to.
Yeah, I've found out about the other girl that went missing. It still hasn't been found.
Why can't they make the criminals just confess, Rashida? I don't get it.
And, a few days ago,
Because a lot of law protect criminals.
the investigators told me the police that the blood they found in his house is somebody else's blood, not my daughter's blood. So,
See?
but I told them when this first happened, you don't just wake up and do something like this. This couldn't be the first time. There has to be more to that story.
However, authorities said that the office had no reason to believe there were other victims at this time. April Bentley,
they have no reason to believe victims.
Even though the police told him that blood belonged to somebody else. Even though it's another girl missing. Like, even the dad just said that. Like, I've seen people in the chat saying it, but the dad just said the same thing.
So what, they thought it was a nosebleed?
Not the way they said the blood was on the wall. They said going down on the wall, going down into the basement.
Hey, Shelly Boo.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
y'all?
Shelly Boo.
Have you heard about this story?
Yeah, I think it's a new world order, chopping up black folks, because it's happening too much.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they planning all of this. That man look like a KK member, don't he?
Yes, he does. Yes,
He does. That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
and what
I
was the motivation, Callie? I mean, Shelly, what was the motivation?
Taking out black folks. I think that they planning all of this online. Any way they could take us out, they doing it. And at this point, I don't think none of these girls should be online for no date, period. It's just too dangerous. It's just too dangerous. And if you do go out, you should have someone with you or have someone in the area. Like I told the other girl, it was a girl the other night, a young girl. And she went out on a date in our area. And she didn't have nobody with her, but her sister felt something. And she found out where they was, and she just hung around. And sure enough, this guy got her back to the house, but the sister called the police and saved her. And that's why they need to be smart. You don't go out with a stranger and don't have no contact.
Yeah.
You got to make a plan. If you're going to go out with a stranger, you better have some, because you tell that man, until I get to know you and meet your family, I'm going to go on a date with you, but someone's coming with me.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with
going. You got to be smart about it.
Double dating, especially in the beginning. There's nothing wrong with double dating.
Yeah, double date
I
until
say
you meet it.
keep a weapon on you at all times. That's what I say.
Yeah, you gotta be smart nowadays because people is done went off. I think it's the COVID shot. Hey, a lot of people went crazy over that COVID shot. Y'all didn't hear that?
Yeah.
Been a lot of people jumping out the window, and all kind of stuff been going on. You
This
don't
is
know what they put
crazy.
in those shots. You know what I mean? But yeah, these young ladies, people need to start having a conversation with these young ladies because it's obvious they're not watching what's going on around them. This is about the 5th time, and we just got into this year, but this is about the 5th time we heard of a young lady going out on a date with a Caucasian and ending up murked, body parts, stuff going on in his house, and being missing. They need to start having conversations with these young ladies. I haven't heard of any young men being chopped up by an older woman yet. I haven't heard that yet.
Well, we almost had one in Louisiana got pushed off the lake, but he said it wasn't because of his color, that they good friends. So.
Well, they got to him. They probably threatened his family so bad that he changed up the story because it don't sound like they had no support. Ben Crump didn't even go over there. He worked in another case where they bust through the house and shot a young man unarmed. So he busy. We didn't even see no support go over there. Those people probably threatened him.
He gonna stay busy, and I fear for Al Sharpton. They're gonna definitely take him out of here in a couple of years, especially if they get their way. They definitely gonna hang him.
Well, what they got against Al Sharpton? He been an activist so many years.
It's symbolisms.
Well, he hasn't really been out speaking on anything. I know he got a young girlfriend. He been busy with her.
Well, we will see. I'm going to play a little bit more of this clip. Hold on.
Breeze. She believes he trolled and targeted girls like Sade.
This case in particular, just I guess it caused so much emotions to rise to the surface for all the girls that are missing, and how he was a troller. He trolled the bars, he trolled the internet, he trolled the neighborhoods, and he was looking for girls like Sade. And he found one, if not many.
In recent weeks, a young lady that did not want to be named spoke out about her recent date with Maxwell, confirming some of those claims.
I remember there being something about a hole in the yard, and this was back in fall. I remember asking about it. He was like, "Oh, I'm building a garden." And when I got in, it kind of seemed like he was in the middle of a whole bunch of renovations, but kind of seemed like the kind of guy that never would finish them. And he was like, "Do you want to see the basement?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." He's like, "It's creepy down there." And I was like, "No, that's okay."
As of today, the friends and family of Sade just want their loved one whole. Her loved ones are asking the public to not give up on searching for her.
Well, first, I do appreciate everything that the community has done so far. The community has found stuff.
Is that her funeral? Funerals are so different nowadays. It's so colorful. When I was growing up, it was on. Now all these funerals are just pink.
Girl, you crazy.
For funeral. Shelly, what color do you want us to wear? Rashida, what color do you want us to wear for y'all funeral?
Well, at my dad, my mom said all white. In honor. Yeah, we wore all white. My mom said all white for honor. They didn't want the black. Yeah, she said all white. He was in the Air Force, so for his, yeah, we wore all white, and she said that's an honor.
Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want a funeral.
Oh, Shelly, no.
Oh, I would go with all white for mine. I'm gonna go all out, girlfriend.
Shelly said, "Don't come see me."
No, that was me. I don't want a funeral.
That was Rashida.
Don't come
That was
see me. She
that was
said, "Don't
Rashida.
come."
I'm gonna have a big one.
Yeah, you want to see me now while I'm alive. Once I'm gone, cremate me and my kids and my family can have that money to do something else with. I'm good.
What if you
No,
want to
I'm gonna
come
have
back?
I'm gonna have a big one. A big one in all white.
What if you want to come back in your body?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We ain't
Yeah,
doing
no,
none of that.
I don't believe in cremation because I was raised on the Holy Bible where it said the body go back to dust, go back to the ground. So we don't believe in cremation, but I will go into the wall because I don't want to be in the ground where the worms and everything eat you up. I'm too I'm too good. I'm too good for that. I'm going in the wall. Well, see, I already paid for my funeral.
Girl.
I prepaid. Yeah, they're gonna have a good time in mine.
Well, I was thinking, what if I had, like, if you guys kept my skeleton and just put it like in a china cabinet?
No. Your body, listen, your soul is the only thing keeping your body up. So once that body ain't nothing but a shell. You want to put that down quick as possible before those demons get it.
The skeleton. What if you want to keep the skeleton though?
No, because it's gonna turn to dust anyway. But put that mess down, honey. It's your soul that's gonna fly high. Put that mess down. You don't want no bones. You don't want. What you want bones for?
Shelly, because I won't look, Shelly. Can I take your head and then put a wig on it?
Listen, my beautiful body is going to be out there where they can say, yes, this my girl right here. All the stuff I did for people, this my girl. Then I'm going in the wall like Aretha Franklin. And then you can come there and visit, but I'm going in. I deserve it. I'm going in the wall.
All right, going to the wall.
I got a lot of people. Let me tell you something. When I leave here, if y'all still around and y'all know about it through the papers, y'all gonna see how many thousands of people all over the world love me. Watch what happens.
I believe you, Shelly.
I done been all over the world helping people.
I know you're a showstopper. I believe you. All right, I'm gonna play a little.
They've been diligent trying to search for my daughter. I just pray that he can get more help and continue to search for her and try to find her. Actually got an alert yesterday. I get it every year before her birthday, where it tells me your daughter's birthday is coming up. Do you have any plans? That was hard. That was hard. I know the world is different now, and there are different ways of doing things with the internet.
Girl, this make me want to stick with my brother. Shit. Oh, shit! I thought about divesting after this. Hell nah, I'm sticking with the niggas. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Where the niggas at? Okay, shit. Sexy red voice. Where the niggas at?
It gotta be the right. You gotta be the right niggas, cause you got niggas doing this stuff now. It gotta be the right nigga. They choking. Those niggas is choking women out.
Yeah, but they have more motivation behind it. He just did it for the sake of just doing it. It seemed like.
They put them up to doing it. It's a new world order coming. They trying to get rid of all us by any means. They got them all scattered out doing crazy stuff.
I'm telling you, they
want to get rid of us. They want to go back to in charge.
It's a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot of private meetings they be having. We be seeing them out here. They have these private meetings. I'm telling y'all, it right at the across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts where I get my coffee. it's a family. They have a shrine, a Trump shrine. When I say shrine, it's like 50 pictures. Gigi, I'm gonna take a picture of it in the morning and send it to you, and you tell me what you think. And they
Okay.
always having these meetings and seminars and stuff.
I know what they up to. I'm on it. We got a guy, Chief Santana said, I'm here for you ladies. I'm a good black man. Okay, Chief. 100%. I see you.
Well, did you guys enjoy this type of topic? I know later on I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a Diddy story. They say he got a new victim that's out, and I know you guys want to talk about that. But I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. So let me know if you guys enjoy these type of stories. Press 5. Any last words, Shelly or Rashida?
Well, yeah, shine a spotlight on a lot of this because these young ladies need to be enlightened. Someone is not talking to these young ladies. There's no way they should be going out on a date and don't have a background at this day and age, because we are living in times now where we don't have humans anymore. These people are sick and animals. So yeah, keep doing some of these in between, the messy and sweet
We
spot.
got some. Hold on, stay there, Shelly. We got some callers. Come on, call in. The more y'all call in, the longer we'll stay on this topic. Calling from 757. You're live on the air.
You're fat and ugly.
Okay, there go a troll, a garbage troll. Calling from 860. You're live on the air.
Whoa, P. Diddy got to go.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, P. Diddy
got to go.
got to go down.
Sister, Diddy didn't do this one, sister. Diddy didn't do this one, sister. You gotta sing. Say the KK. Gotta go.
Oh, KK got to go. KK.
There you go.
Go. Oh,
there they go.
Oh, KK got to go. Now, that's good.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Go ahead. Talk to me. Go ahead. Talk to me.
When is this stuff going to get to an end? Why don't he just confess and get it over with and have a noose ready for him?
You talking about Diddy?
Yeah.
Okay, we not on Diddy yet. We're going to get on him on the next live. Okay. Lord.
Girlfriend is off the chain.
Yeah. All right. Last words, Rashida.
I think you should keep shining light on things like this, because not only do we look at everything going on around the world, but the things that's happening in our backyard. Like this, it's sad. It's sad. But I still say that anybody with children, women in the family, we got to start carrying weapons. Take classes, fighting classes if you can't fight. Pow classes, even if it's a poker. Learn how to use a poker, but we got to start protecting ourselves better than this, because this is sad. And this is not a girl that was out in the streets doing something she ain't have no business doing. She had a good head on her shoulders. So to be mutilated in this way, it's just, my mind is blown. My mind is blown.
Say something. Listen here, ladies. Listen here. Okay? You're going to have to start learning how to judge. And you need to judge a little bit more harsher. If a man is over 25 or even over 22, he don't got no car, you don't need to be talking to him. Hello? Okay. Another thing, you got to carry a pow with you when you're going on these dates. And I wonder, how long did she talk to this dude before she actually went out with him? And another thing, do background checks if you can. Get his full name, know what school he went to and stuff like that, and run a background check. I'm
Yeah.
always asking these niggas, you been in jail before? What you go to jail for? And sometimes they're not going to tell you the truth. So that's why you need to get their name so you can run that background check, okay, for
That's
yourself.
true.
You know who you're dealing with if you can. And this is what I used to do this when I was younger. I don't do it now because I'm older. But maybe I should try to. I don't got no friends to do it now. But anyway, when I was younger, I had some girlfriends, and anytime a nigga want to take me out, I was like, "You gotta pay for my girlfriend too," and she coming with me. And they be like, "Cool." If they really want to be interested in you, they would take you and your girlfriend out, and they would pay, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be comfortable. I have somebody else to talk to. And you know, it'd be great. Shit, it's the beginning of the day. I don't owe that nigga nothing. I don't owe him no a long time. After all, he wants to go on a date with me. I'm not, you know, I wasn't really excited to go on a date with men. I was excited for the treatment, but at the end of the day, nigga, I'm treating you with my presence. That's how I feel. I think Shelly is FED. What Shelly?
I do like the fact that she was texting somebody like, hey, we was here, we left, now we here. Like she was telling somebody, her friend whatever, her moves as she was moving with him.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays it's
That's
crazy.
how my friend do.
That wasn't enough.
My friend go on a date with somebody and she know him, but she still like she know. I better get a picture of the license plate number. I want to
Yeah.
know, take a screenshot or a selfie with him so I can see what he look. That's how we do, you know. But this is crazy.
Yeah, you definitely these days you definitely have to take somebody or double date or something, you know, double date because, like I said, it's people lying in wait. They watch you. Like this young lady here, he probably watched her and then picked her as a victim. There's a lot of people out here now watching you and watching to approach, especially these young ladies. They easy marks.
That's
You know what?
100% fact, Shelly.
Ladies, make these niggas wait on y'all. Do you know how many niggas I got keep asking me when I'm gonna see you, when I'm gonna see you? I make them wait. Okay?
Yeah.
Make them wait.
Make them wait.
Don't be so in a rush to meet up, and don't be in a rush to go on a date. Make them wait for it. And if they don't wait for it, then you don't need them no way. You want somebody that's patient.
Yeah, they got to be patient. If they're interested, they'll keep coming to take you out. If they don't want to take you out after you don't go, red flag. Red flags. But Rashida, you feel okay?
Yeah, I'm tired. I've been busting
That's
my
what I
butt
was
for
getting
the
ready to
past few
say.
days.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready
I'm
to say.
so
You sound
tired.
tired. Will
I
you
am.
please go get you a hot soothing bath?
I
Take
know.
care of your muscles and tell everybody leave you alone. Put some candles up in there because I can tell you tired.
I am. I'm gonna do my Epsom salt bath tonight.
Yeah, and tell them to leave you alone.
You know
Because
what?
I am done.
Have you thought about doing a cold bathtub?
That ain't good.
No, I can't. My water,
That ain't
Gigi, my
good.
water gotta be so
They gotta
hot
be
that,
soothing.
ooh, it
Yes.
gotta be hot. I can't take
And
no cold bath.
Gigi need one too. You need one too, Gigi. You need to stop with all this cold water stuff. That's why your throat ain't no better. You need hot water, mama. You need hot water down the throat. You need hot water on those muscles.
Shelly, my voice got better.
Let me help you
Yeah,
out.
you do the Epsom salt. I do I do aromatherapy oil, Epsom salt, and green rub and
Yes,
alcohol in my bath water.
yes. And then get your hubby to rub you down with some oil
No,
or rub you
nope,
down.
nope, nope. I can't
What?
do that, Shelly Boo. Shelly Boo,
Why?
my husband is not to be trusted with rub downs because I will never get a full rub down.
Do it. He gonna want
I
to do
got
the.
you. I got you. But listen. It's a way. Get some saltpeter. He won't know it's in his food. Then you can get your real rub down. They still sell it. They sell it at the drugstore. Put some saltpeter up in there and get you some rest, girl.
I could get my feet done, but once I turn around, that's it. It ain't rub over.
I know how men are, but I'm just telling you. Put something in his food and knock him out after he give it to you. You got to do something. Because you
For
sound
real.
like you ain't getting no rest, babe, over there.
That's because I'm up late and I gotta get up early in the morning and I just run. Like once I'm up, that's it. I only sleep for like 4 hours a night.
I know that's all I'm getting to, but I'm getting ready to take a vacation. That's why I'm working so hard. I'm getting ready to take a week in Turk Caicos or one of them. I'm getting ready to plan it. Because we got
I
to
know
do
that's
us
right.
sometimes. You know, we
That's
got to do
true.
us sometimes.
Hold on, I
Forget
got a
all this.
caller from 909. You're live on the air.
Hey, Gigi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Hey, I just want to thank you, Gigi. I mean, you're doing a remarkable job, and the team that you put together is very solid. And I just want to say, I just want to apologize to all the women that are going through what they're going through. This is crazy to me. I can't believe that we have lost the standards, we've lost the respect, we just lost a whole lot. And all these women that are getting killed and jumped on. I mean, it's just sickening. And you know, as it says in the Bible, we're in the last days, and I truly believe that we're living the last days. But at the end of the day, ladies, and the guys that are real men, we got to hang together to fight this war because, as far as I'm concerned, it's us against the enemy. And when I look at everything, I have one daughter, I got 9 strong boys that are doing very, very well in life, and I teach them to respect women. I teach them, hey, let me meet your girlfriend. Let me meet the parents to see what all that about, because that's how it used to be back in the day. We've lost all what we used to do back in the day. We've lost it. It's non and void today. So look, you guys just keep doing what you guys doing. I pray for you guys every single day, and just stay strong. I don't know about the getting the pop out, cause fighting against each other, shooting against each other. That's not the thing. But do some things that can protect you, and just be smart. Just be smart. You just can't give it away like that. And God loves you guys all, and just keep doing it. Just keep pushing, keep praying. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep praying for a better day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Calling from 929. You're live on the air. 929.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Talk to us.
What the hell is going on in Wisconsin? This is the state that a whole bunch of weird things go on. I've been reporting on this state.
Hello? Yes.
Am I unmuted?
No, okay. Sorry about that. I made a mistake and clicked that button.
Wisconsin is a state that has a lot of weird murders.
Yes.
This being one of them. It's a shame that this black girl has to go through this, but it's not the first thing that come out of Wisconsin about digging bodies up out of graves, about serial killers. This is one of the things that Wisconsin is known for. It's one of the middle states of America where this type of thing is usual. They love to have a good mystery.
Your phone
It's
is going in.
unfortunate.
Your phone is going in and out, sir. I can't really make you out. The audio's not that great. I'm sorry. All right, we'll end it here. Be careful and get that pow. I think you guys having that pow will change and it'll give you a little bit more confidence. What do you think, Rashida? Rashida, you got your pow.
I got a few of them. I never leave home without it, and I never sleep without it. Point blank in the period. I'm not playing with nobody. I don't have time for it. I'm getting older. I'm not finna be running. I'm gonna stand my ground. And I even take my kid to practice so that she too can know how to protect herself. I don't. No, I'm not doing it.
Go ahead. Okay, Spade, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Gigi? How are you?
I'm doing great. What are your thoughts on this case?
This is sad, especially since the mother recently reached out to, I guess, through social media to plead with the guy's parents to get him or to convince him to confess and tell them where he put all the body parts. And his parents haven't even responded yet. So he did it. So they found the torso. They found the arm a couple of days ago. So they just want him to confess and tell everybody where the parts are so they can bury their daughter and give her the respect and rights that she deserves. But I don't think they're really going to do it because they don't really care. And
it's horrible, Say. I can't believe that because I was feeling that way too, Say. She's already gone. You did the damage, dude.
Right.
Just tell us where her head is. And for the mom, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling us that. You said, Say the black girl mom was begging the white man parents to please tell your son to confess so we can have peace. And they won't even respond to her. What type of people are these? Do you really feel like this was race motivated? Do you feel like these people don't like black people? What is it, Say?
Well, it could be a number of things. I think the main thing to understand is that Sade, she's a victim. There wasn't a way to prevent it. And they're saying that, there's blood in this vehicle, so there was other victims. It just might have been like a circumstance because sometimes there's stories where there's someone who's going around taking people out and they may pick one person over another, and it may not necessarily be race motivated. It may just be opportunity, such as maybe she was wearing a certain color or she said a certain thing, or maybe she saw something in his home and found out about the other girls or women that are his alleged victims, or maybe she went to his place and she overheard someone in his place banging on the door saying, "Come get me." And then that's what caused her to be a victim. Like there's a whole bunch of different what if scenarios. Yeah, I would say
he found her on the internet. They was on a dating app, they say.
But everybody's meeting on the internet, but not everybody is getting unalived. I think the main thing to take away is that there's just crazy people out there, and you could be a victim by anybody, even if you meet them in Walmart or the gas station, whether they're black, white, old, young. If a man is wanting to take your life, that's what he's going to do. And how he picks and chooses victims, we won't know until, I guess, a psychiatrist or a therapist talks to him after he gets incarcerated. I think the main thing to understand is Sade, she's a victim. And the advice that I would give women going forward is when you meet someone, no matter how you meet them or where you meet them, no matter what the situation is, take pictures of his license plate and let him know you're taking pictures of his license plate. Take a picture of his ID. Take a picture of him. Take a picture with him. If you're going to go to his home, take a picture of the home and the address, and have like maybe 2 or 3 people, including like maybe one of your parents or both of them, that you can send it to and post it to your social media. So that way there's a stamp of where you are every step of the way. Even though she was telling somebody where she's going, she may have not let him know. And so he was probably thinking that this is just a normal date and whatever set him off. But if he knows that you're taking pictures of different things, then he knows he can't really get away with something if he does try something.
Well, It almost seemed like he was going to get away with this because they said he got away with a couple and they don't have any charges on the other bodies or the blood that's in his house. And I'm so surprised how they allow him to keep his mouth closed and they're not forcing him to speak about this. But I guess they can do this. BTF, how you doing? What are your thoughts about this?
I'm a little late because I literally just finished listening to your earlier
Thank you,
chat.
You know I'm going to need you tonight, and Spade, if you can join us tonight, us and Rashida and Shelly. Tonight we'll be doing Diddy again and the new victim. But BTF, this young black girl, she's 19. And she was excited about going on a date. She met this white guy. He's 33 years old on the internet. And this was their first date. She told her friends about it. They met at the restaurant. And he was there first, and then she arrived. And then he says, after the dinner, which was just an hour, he says, well, can we go to my old working place? Because he had to turn into some paperwork, W-2s or something like that. So she was driving. Clearly, he didn't have a car. Maybe he Ubered there. So she drove to his place. She did a chat, a Snapchat, letting people know, her friends on Snapchat, she's leaving the bar where he works at. And then that was the last time they heard from her. They pinged her phone and her car. Her car did go to his house. Then it went to a beach, and then it went to different spots. Then they found her torso and her leg at the beach. They found another body part at the railroad, and they cannot find her head. And the car, it was burnt up near the beach, I believe. And they say he took a bus, a public transportation bus, back to his house. And, you know, he pretended like nothing ever happened. So that's where we are now. People feel like there are other victims that he took out, but we don't know. And it was blood all over his walls. They were not this young girl's. It was someone else's, but they're not going to do anything about it because I don't know how did they get away with it, but they be getting away with this stuff. And Shay just says the black mom was called the white the white mom, and asked her, can you please tell your son to reveal where my daughter's head is? Can you please? And the white parents, they did not respond. They left her on red. They ignored her. And that's just that. So that's where we are, BTF.
Well, it's horrible because, I mean, I don't know if this is a racial thing. It really is on the internet. And it really doesn't even have to be the internet. People can appear to be wonderful and they show their true color. You just don't know. You really don't know these days. And when you were telling me about the story, I was thinking of Gabby. I think her name was Gabby Petito, if you remember that case.
I remember.
Right? So she's with her boyfriend. They live in Florida. They go on a road trip. They got stopped in Utah by the police because there was some incident. And instead of separating the two and saying to the girl, you know, let's go ahead and take you to the station and maybe somebody could pick you up, they just let them go off. And he arrives home without her. And her parents are begging him, where is my daughter? And he wouldn't answer. And then what ends up happening is they do find her unalive. And the parents, her parents, want him to be questioned. And then all of a sudden his parents say they don't know where he is. So it's kind of a similar situation where I don't know why they couldn't force the parents or him into the station to be questioned.
Well, it seems like these parents are always going to ride for their kids no matter what crime they do. Some
Yes,
family members will always ride with their people.
I do know that Gabby's parents eventually civilly sued his parents because the guy did end up unaliving himself. But I don't
Mm,
know whatever happened with that case because
mm,
they felt that his parents basically helped him get away. They gave him money to run, but instead of running, he unalived himself.
mhm. Well, at least if your son is in jail, at least you know where he at and you can always see him. Unless he was going to face the death penalty.
I literally think they gave him money to leave, as in go to Mexico.
Mm.
But again, I'm not sure. And I do know they had some sort of civil case, but I don't really know whatever happened with that.
Got it. Yep. All right.
But I feel horrible for this girl. So where do they stand at this point? The guy refuses.
Yeah, say, do you have any updates? You seem like you're the one, you have updates about it. Do you have any updates on this?
Well, they found her arm. It was let's see, they found her arm. It was found by a Milwaukee woman along Waukegan, that's Illinois Beach. And so just looking at the story, there was a 14-year difference. So I know a lot of men online, they claim they want a younger woman. And I'm like, with the age gap being what it is, 14 years, what could they possibly talk about? And he was seen with her in a restaurant sitting at a bar before he burned her vehicle and dismembered her. So he has like mental issues. Something obviously was wrong with him for him to be seen with her on camera in numerous places and then do this to her. And I think that he wasn't going to get caught. So I think that he did want to get caught or he didn't care. And she was excited about going on a date with him. So he must have gave her some type of representative or something to make it seem like he was a catch or a great guy. And a lot of these stories we hear of stuff like this where the guy makes it seem like he's really, really good. He's telling you what you want to hear. He's older. He's got money. He makes a lot of promises. Most of the time when it comes to victim in a situation like this, they overshare. And when he's hearing what she wants in a man, he tells her he wants that too, or he gives her that. And that's what kind of has her guard down. But in my opinion, well, not really my opinion, but she's a victim. There's no way she could have prevented this. I think another
Is he
thing
in
that's going to
jail
be,
right now?
he's in jail. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so another thing that's going to kind of mess up the case is there was a situation where an alderman named Keith Turner, he shared her arm on Facebook. And yeah, and so it's a possibility that might taint the jury pool.
Why would he do that?
Unknown. It's on fox6now.com.
Of somebody's arm and put it on Facebook. Are you dumb?
Yeah, so the quote coming from the mayor is Alderman Keith Turner at no time contacted the Waukegan Police Command staff or anyone within Waukegan. I hope I'm saying that word right, city government, to ask about this incident before posting the photo of the remains on Facebook. The city did not provide Alderman Turner with the photograph, and he was never given permission to post the photo on his Facebook page. Alderman is not authorized to speak on behalf of the city, much less for the police department. And on behalf of the city of Waukegan, this is the mayor talking. She found the posting of an image of the arm to be morally disgusting, irresponsible, and extremely cruel to the victim's family. So hopefully the family sues the city for doing that. And I think what they should also do is possibly hire a private investigator at this point, because I think law enforcement and everybody else is more focused on playing things by the book. And the longer they wait, those body parts might be discovered or moved by people who know him. and they may never be able to find those parts. But I think a private investigator would be able to somewhat operate in the gray area and ask him stuff that can get him maybe to talk, or possibly talk to people that he knows and get more information so they can get all the body parts, so they can kind of get the ball rolling as far as getting all her remains.
So how long is he going to be in prison for?
I don't know. Anybody know that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. Did he go to a hearing where he can post bail? Is it a no bail situation, or is it a high bail? And does his family or people around him have money to bail him out?
The last thing I seen is this. He was here in the court. But I didn't hear, it says the hearing, but I didn't hear how many years he's gonna serve, if it's over with or anything of that nature. That's why I was asking Spade. But I guess we don't know. And you're saying you don't know Spade, right?
Looking it up now to see if it's even
because I think Spade knows any and everything. So I'm just gonna
you too kind. You too kind.
I'll put that on him. Calling from 920. You're live on the air. 920.
Yes, is this me?
Yes, that's you.
Okay, I just called to get some insight on the story. I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin to get some insight on the story. There's a lot of misconceptions and rumors going around to try to clear things up. Contrary to popular belief, he did have a car. And we think here that he didn't drive his car, that he may have drugged her in the process, because they went to 2 restaurants where he worked. He's a bartender at one and a bartender at the other. So they met at 5 p.m., didn't make it back to 9. So if he drugged her, just as a theory, it already started taking effect, and he drove her car back. He has a car, a real nice car. His father is very wealthy, but doesn't want to make the bail for him. Kind of pinball here. Here's what they did with his house. The house is already sold. We found out the father created an LLC, sold it to himself, did a private sale, and the new owner never knew the history of the house, but now they're stuck with it. So anytime that the investigators need to go back in, the clause was that we can get a search warrant and do another search if we need to. So just to kind of give you the background of that. Also, I don't know if the young lady did the background check on him. He has a domestic abuse charge against a family member, so much so that they had a restraining order against him. So he has a violent past. And so there's a lot of moving parts going on here. Here's what he did as well. And people get confused about Milwaukee. There's a North Milwaukee, South side of Milwaukee. Then South Milwaukee is a whole nother city that's closer to Chicago that's predominantly white. What he did was here, we think this was purposely done, killed her in South Milwaukee and brought her car back to North Milwaukee, which is predominantly black, in a seedy part of the area where prostitutes and drug addicts are known to roam. That cannot be coincidence that he did that. That's where they found the lion's share of his body parts. So we think that was a racial component, because where he lives in South Milwaukee is very far from the north side of Milwaukee. Those are 2 different cities. South Milwaukee is a totally different, it's a suburb of Milwaukee. So it's not actually the south side of Milwaukee. And if you don't live in Milwaukee, you will not know that. So when I saw the national news, it made people believe you don't live in Milwaukee, that is part of Milwaukee. No, it's not. There's predominantly black side, predominantly north side, which is south side of Milwaukee. Then there's South Milwaukee, which is a whole different world. It's a suburb of Milwaukee itself. So, but for right now, this weekend, they just found the second arm in Waukegan, Illinois, which is 50 miles away. For whatever reason, Alderman decided to put on his Facebook and delete it. Don't ask me why, but they're looking to get him sanctioned right now. So I don't know if he had a mental lapse or something like that, but now the family is going through it all over again, but the family attorney wants him fired. And right now, his bail is set at $5 million.
How long is he going to be in jail for?
Well, he hasn't went to trial yet, but here we think is going to happen. Because the father is wealthy, and I don't use that term lightly. He actually is almost like a CEO of a national insurance company. So in one of our wealthier suburbs, he has a $4 million house. Where they live, he has like a $2 million house, but he probably don't want to make bail for his son because he wants his son to sit. But the attorney that he got is probably almost like costing, not to exaggerate, $2,000 an hour. That's how wealthy the father is. So he's probably not going to tell where the head is because he probably wants to use that as some type of plea deal. And the reason why I say that is because I've seen this movie before where it sounds mean-spirited that he's not telling, but for right now, he pled not guilty. And I can already see where this is going by reason of mental and disease and defect. And just because we think he is sick, because I think he is too, that don't mean it's going to actually reach the level of what it is on the legal terms. But right now, he's mounting his defense already because he has access to good representation. He may end up in and it's sad to say, he may
90 seconds
country club, federal prison somewhere where he's able to leave on the weekend. Who knows? Because when you have money, you have access. That's how it is. Everybody, everybody knows that. But what the dad did do, he sent out a apology letter to the family that was well written, but it never really implemented anything or said his son did it because this is all part of the defense. But he did send his condolences, and it was a very heartfelt one too. But you can tell that letter.
60 seconds.
Looked over 2 or 3 times to make sure that it was that tight. But it was very heartfelt though. And that's where we're at right now. He hasn't gone to trial yet because it may not even ever go to trial because he may end up pleading it out. And what I'm thinking that head is going to be the bargaining chip because that's what they're looking for. That's the only last piece of the body. They found all the other body parts. And contrary to popular belief, it's the family that's been finding the body parts. The lion's share of them, the family had actually found those. That's how the case got going because the young lady had 360 on her phone. And apparently they were trying to get the cops to take heed to them and they were dragging their feet. Once that first leg was found, then it hit the news. And we were trying to figure out how did it hit the news when at the same time they put out the alert.
10 seconds.
That's when it started making sense that they were trying to clean up what they were dragging their feet about doing it. So, yeah, so for the most part, the family been doing a lot of groundwork, but now the police is trying to catch up. So, and the reason why they have pink, that was a memorial, that's their favorite color. So that's why you see all that pink out there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting because you never know where this thing is going to turn. But when they showed that arm this weekend, we can believe it that he showed that arm on Facebook. But he probably, I'm sure now he's remorseful, but it's too late now that the damage has been done already. So.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Now, they also said that this clear man, he have other victims. Is that true?
That is one of those things that grows legs and rumors and things like this that has not been confirmed. But what has been confirmed is all that blood in his house is not hers, but they haven't said it was his. So what does that do? Human nature leaves open to speculation were there other victims, and because they probably don't want to dispose it for investigation reasons, but it's making us believe, is there other victims out there? We don't know, but we're going with that now. We find out differently, But there's this other woman here locally, African-American. Apparently she looks for brown and black girls because there's a lot of brown and black girls missing here, but nobody's really looking for them. So she does herself. What she said on the news is that this guy here, she calls him, I forgot what she calls him. But anyway, he goes online apparently, and he looks for younger women, according to her. It was a name term she used, but she's been in business for a while, helping find young and brown and black girls, especially here locally, because they're like that week when she missing, about 12 black girls been missing, and we haven't heard updates at all. So I don't know if this is something that happens in every city, because I know as I look on the other cities, it's the same thing. Young black and brown girls are missing, but nobody's really looking for them. So you almost got to do the work yourself. But she said that he's been, she called him a troll. She discovered from looking at the electronic footprint, he's been trolling online because he's a bartender as well. he actually looks out for, and I guess he knows the type to look for. I don't know. But this young lady, they said that he may have fuzzed his age online. That's probably how she connected to him, and they matched that his age, he made true age, because she was 19, he was 33, which is still not a stretch, but still, they said that's probably how.
What dating app did they find each other on? What dating app was it?
Well, and see, that's another thing. The officials haven't confirmed they met on a dating app. This is just a talk because we still waiting to hear how did they meet, and nobody ever confirmed. And we figure it couldn't have been a bar because she's 19, unless she had like a fake ID because she is a college student. So that's not unreasonable to think. But the authorities haven't confirmed how they met. We just concluded ourselves because when they're not giving us something, we fill in the space, and then it kind of takes on the life of its own, as everything does in these types of situations. But it's still a bad thing because it just caught everybody off guard, you know. And
okay, hold on. Wait.
Huh?
Toward. Okay, listen. Okay, what you want me to say, Caucasian? Listen, they gonna say I said clear people with hate. I didn't say clear people with hate. I just said clear. Okay, I say Caucasian. I don't mean to be offensive to nobody. I watch Caucasian TV all day. I got Caucasian friends. How about that? Have you heard that one? I can't have nothing against Caucasians. I got Caucasian friends. Okay. Okay. But
we never got the sense that it was a racial thing here at all. So we never felt that at all. That it was a racial thing.
Oh, you don't feel like it was a racial at all?
We never got here was a racial thing. The only race part that we really did think of was because he got murdered in a predominantly white area, but he decided to track her car and her body parts all the way over to the north side of Milwaukee, which is predominantly black. Was that a coincidence? I don't think so. Because it takes the appearance of
Did he date black women in the past? Who was his girlfriends?
We don't know. See, that they haven't even actually spoken on at all, whether he did or not. They haven't spoken on that at all. So, but we never got anything racial at all that it happened, you know, had to have a racial component to it, other than him bringing the body parts all the way to the north side of Milwaukee. Like, okay, that was different. But then, you know, and we are talking about Milwaukee. It's an interesting place because it is huge. It's one of the most segregated.
So why do you think he picked her out of all? It wasn't you felt like it wasn't her melanin, it wasn't her pretty brown skin. So what was it?
Well, and not only did he pick her, we got to remember she also picked him if they met online. Because when you swipe, you got to swipe back.
I mean, but she picked him to go on a date. She didn't pick him to take his ass out of here. Clearly, he picked her to K her.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said about why did she pick him to date? I'm sorry.
No, why did he pick her to K her? He could have picked he could have picked a Caucasian girl.
And for all we know, and let's just say first rodeo, for all we know, there could be other ones too, and they not melanin. Okay, I'm just going with that theory now because it just like who wakes up and says I'm going to kill somebody and dismember somebody? Who does that?
A lot of people do it.
They just wake up.
I know you don't feel like it's race motivated, and Spade don't feel like it's race motivated. I feel like it's race motivated. Rashida, what you think?
I'm saying that I don't think it's race motivated because I try to think logically. Unless I get some evidence, strong evidence that speaks to that, I'm just not going to go with the default with saying it's race motivated because then you're going to miss the real information. And there he had the person out killing other people. We say, oh, how did I miss that? Well, if you want to go with the obvious, you say it's race motivated. I don't work in that realm, but to each to his own. That's just me.
Right, I feel you. We all have our own opinions. I get it.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I understand it because I can see why people would say that. But me locally, getting the local news, I never get that. Only with him spreading the body parts, I thought that part was racial because he wanted to create the appearance of.
Yeah, and that's why I would say I feel like it was because not only did he pick her, but anytime somebody would go through lengths where they live in one area, they committed a crime in this area, but then they take her body and bring it to a predominantly black area is feeding into that side of things. So I don't see how it wouldn't be racially
And
motivated.
then
Well,
he
no, but
dumped
he's
And I just thought of something else to
in
add
a
too.
hostro. He dumped her in
Because
a hostro.
where did she live? Did
And I,
she live close by to where he lived, or did she live in the area where he dumped her body?
no, she lived in a this young lady was on the move in life. She was graduating college, but she just graduated and she would have been alive at 20 years old. She actually worked 2 jobs and she lived in an upscale area where it's fairly expensive to live there. But she was working 2 jobs, graduated a year early from high school, and had her own car, not just a car. So she was on the move doing things for herself. I just thought about something else here too. Where he lived at is predominantly white, but it's known for its racial past too, which is still present today. So if I had
Right.
to that, potentially, yes, race motivated, because the area itself is still not welcoming open arms to black people, if you will.
That
So,
right. So that's where he committed the crime. But did he even bring her to the black neighborhood where she
no,
didn't even live? It's not like she lived there and he was, you know what I'm saying? It was,
no,
yeah, no, that's
well,
race
he took.
motivated.
I'm sorry, he took her leg there, but her torso and arm were found along a remote stretch of tree-lined beach in South Milwaukee.
in their
So basically he scattered her around. So it's not like he just unalived her and put her in a black area. He dismembered her and scattered her around. They're still looking for other parts. So
Yeah.
it could be race motivated. That's
the lion's share of her body was found on the north side. When they found her car, they found her foot in her car that was burning. All that was on the north side. The railroad track, that's in walking distance of the car. The other body parts in walking distance of the car. So the lion's share of her body
Is this
actually was
Caucasian man still living? First of all, he doing that, and y'all still keep him alive?
Well, he gotta be, he's behind bars. So I'm wondering, do Milwaukee have a death penalty?
I don't get damn about he behind bars.
Do you guys have a death penalty?
Gym pop at all. He's probably not in gym pop. He's probably in segregation for his own safety. You know, I mean,
he's eating,
yeah,
he's
like,
pooping, he's peeing, and he's sleeping, girl. He's sleeping real good.
And ultimately, this is going to
And
go
look
to
at
trial.
him. He don't got no scratch on his face, Rashida. He is just as clear as day. No scratches, nothing.
You know,
yeah, he was charged.
Sick.
That he may have already drugged her already. That's why he didn't drive his own car there, because he does own a car. So I'm thinking that this wasn't just popped in his head at the point when they met for.
No, it was definitely premeditated. Definitely premeditated.
And I think he gave her a drink at his bar, because he probably like, try this. I make the best tasting drink. You got to try this drink.
They actually went to 2 different bars, and he worked at both of them. The second bar he went to was to get his W-2 for his taxes. So he worked at 2 different bars, and if he's taking that long, if he drugged her, by that time, it had already started taking effect. So he didn't drive his car because he drove her back. And they did show a video where he was actually walking her into the house, but apparently none of her blood is there because he may have taken her back out, because they got to his house at 9 p.m., but he was scattering the body parts across the state at 2:30 a.m. That's how they knew. Then they even showed him after he dumped her car and the other body parts on the north side. He actually was taking a city bus back where the cameras caught him, had his backpack and everything, going back to South Milwaukee. So it's like this was planned.
You know it was planned, and he picked that black girl. I know you brothers, y'all say it was not race, and that's fine.
Well, it could be race motivated. It could be race motivated.
Race.
No, let's be clear. It could be, but I haven't got anything yet saying that it is.
Yeah, it could be race. It's more than likely race motivated. I could agree with that. He's pled not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide.
Why would he say that? He just not honest at all. No integrity.
And
yeah,
sick.
He faces a mandatory life sentence.
This what makes me want to believe in street justice for bull crap like this. I tell you.
Try to argue for his attorney did try to argue for manslaughter, but the judge ruled over it and said it's first degree. So we know that they got a lot of evidence that shows that this was methodically planned. Anytime the judge overruled and say first degree, we know there is so much more that the public's gonna find out. You're gonna be like, really, dude? Like, this is what we're doing, right? Yeah, so we know by then that this was so planned out because the judge overruled it and said he's sticking with first degree. And that's when he pled not guilty. Yeah. So it's not her, probably somebody else would have been. I'm thinking that's just my thought process, because it just took us all aback, like, wow. Yeah.
Well, they say that people plead not guilty because if they plead guilty, then they can get max punishment. But if you plead not guilty, they have to prove without a shadow of a doubt that, these things happened.
Right. Mm-hmm. But the evidence
What's Rashida? Time out. Don't you think he deserved the max? Why don't he think he deserved the max?
He does, Gigi. But the system works like that. And that's why you would, if you ever been to court or anything, the judge asks you, and they will sway you, or not sway you, but they will tell you that you shouldn't plead guilty.
No, I'm going to plead guilty. I was wrong.
Yeah, he gonna. But Gigi, come on, who's gonna do that?
I feel convicted, and I want you to punish me because I was wrong, and I know I shouldn't have did it. Okay. But Rashida,
nine times out of 10 people like that, they end up taking themselves out, Gigi, if they really felt like what they did was wrong, or they didn't want some type of. Somebody in the chat earlier when you first started talking about this said, if he is a serial murderer, right? Some of the times they like publicity. I can't say the word. They like
publicity.
Yes, thank you. They get off and thrive on this because you just heard
smiling at the camera, Rashida.
Well, he ain't start trial yet either. I just watched a host of different videos of Urkers on trial when they families is doing these speeches about how they took the family member away. They're smiling, and then you see a family member go leaping over the thing trying to beat them. I literally just watched something like this. So let's see how he is when he on trial.
I don't even think he was attracted to her. Can I be honest with that?
No, because he picked her out for what he did.
Do y'all think he was attracted to her? Press 1 if he was attracted to her sexually. Press 5 if he wasn't. I don't think so.
I mean, it could be that he wanted to have relations with her and she told him no. And then that's what caused him to take her life.
No, I don't believe that, y'all. He would have just took it.
Well, he did take her life. You mean as far as force himself on her? Yeah, that is true.
And he would have left her intact. He wouldn't have did that far.
Well,
what he did was slice and dice them body parts and left it all around. He was not interested in her. And hell, if she was going back to his house, she probably would have gave it up willingly. Shit, because she liked this man. She wasn't going to fight it.
She went back willingly. We don't know if he drugged her or if she went back willingly. I was thinking that he actually tried to cover up one crime with another, that he FA'd her, and then he killed her after that. And the reason why he did the dismemberment, because if you don't have no face, no cases, they say, it'd be hard to tell whether she was FA'd. I would just, he know
what them prostitutes at. If he wanted a black body to do, he would have got the prostitute. I think that he off. He wanted to take out a black body. He wanted to take out a black educated woman. And maybe he did it out of Fannie Mae or Fannie Willis. He was like, damn, Fannie, you coming after my boy Trump. I'm going to take one of your girls out. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling.
But Gigi, that's a real thing that's happening right now. I don't know if people really know that, but that's really happening.
They can't stand Jasmine. They see that black educated woman and they're going to target black educated women.
But you know what's really ironic? ironic about the whole thing, the irony of it, she was on her way to be a criminologist where she's being trained to profile people. Is that ironic or what?
That
She
is
just got her
ironic.
associate degree.
She ain't profile him.
In criminology. And the instructor said that she was so bright, she actually was holding a 4.0 in college. So she was going to be a criminologist eventually. She was that smart.
Wow, he probably picked her and knew all this. This is something. This is something. And you know what? What if he was hired by somebody to take her out of here? What is it's deeper?
I see person. How can it be race when she chose to be with a guy who allegedly offed her? His motives for why he did what he did has nothing to do with her wanting to get to know this man.
Yeah. What they get confused. His motivation was taking her out. And I feel it was based on race. Shit, it's a lot of beautiful white girls. Why he ain't picked them? He wanted some melanin. He wanted some melanin out. And he didn't want no girl to date. He wanted to pick a melanin to cut off the body parts and throw them all over in different places. And he knew this would hit headline news. He knew it. He knew it.
And not for nothing, I see she was really naive. Yes, she was 19. So yes, she was naive, but that still doesn't give a person a right to do what they do. I don't care what.
Or could it be he was just good at pretending? But could it be he was just good at pretending? He was good at being a manipulator?
Because we all know people that do that.
So he could have just been very good at what he did. I mean, he's a people person. He works at bars. People that work at bars, usually they're good with people.
People have representatives. That's the sickening part. A lot of people when they date and they have a representative, instead of coming to the thing like, hey, this is who I am, accept it or not, they let their representative show up and they don't want to let their hair down until they get to know a person. That's just human nature for the most part.
Right. And then this guy said it's not even confirmed that they met off the internet. So we don't know where they met.
No, it hasn't confirmed it yet.
And if she's this smart and she's uncompetitive, I feel like it could be a case where she could have got a position where other people felt like they didn't want her there. And it could have been a plant. He could have been a hire to hit. You know, he could have been a goddamn hitman.
She worked 2 jobs and went to school. She was a manager at one of the places she's been working at since 15. That's how outgoing she was. And usually the next age in the management from her at 19 was 35 years old, but they said she caught on that quick. So she was there since she was 15 years old, where she was a manager at the other place. So I don't know.
And she was in college, right? So he could have been watching her. Who's to say that her and her friends wasn't out and about and he had been seeing her around town? Like anything. But the fact of the matter is, I could tell you one thing, I feel this not his first time. This was not his first.
If you remember when he was in college, if she went to one of the bars he worked with her fake college ID, because we also remember when he was in college, one thing we did was have fake IDs, you know, if you're not able to drink yet.
Right.
It opened up the wounds of Jeffrey Dahmer. It opened up those old wounds from Dahmer, and I'm sure people have heard that name before because it had the earmarking of Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, it had the racial component there and all that stuff too. And people was wondering, like, here we go again, because the news wasn't really telling us much at first. So people was wondering, like, okay, can they tell us something? And now everybody looking at each other sideways, you know. But it was touch and go for a while here until they confirmed that they had the person. But it was at least a month window where the news, we understand why they wouldn't tell us, but at least tell the public that there is nothing to worry about. But we didn't get that locally. We had to wait and kind of figure it out on our own, whether there was a serial killer on the loose. And we still ain't came to terms whether he is a serial killer or not, because we don't know that either, you know. But
well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, 920, for coming in.
That clear some things up, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate
you definitely did bring light to it. Thank you.
All right. So we're going to let you go at this time. All right, you guys. So I'm going to prepare for later on tonight. Please like this video. Make sure you comment so I can do more of these type of topics. Shelly, you okay? All right. So I guess Shelly, maybe she's, she's on duty.
Yeah, probably. I heard her radio going off.
Uh-huh. Love you, Shelly. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they started some crap out here I had to handle. America is too light on crime. I think if they start doing to these criminals what they doing to people in general, they'll think twice. They need to slice him up in that jail. And I mean that. So I don't care who don't like it. I'm tired of all this crime, especially against women. I think they need to have the same thing done to them. And once these criminals see that they're going to be done the same way, they're a bunch of cowards and they'll stop. Or they'll think twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Rest in peace, young lady. And we praying for your family. But they need to do the same thing to him. And I do believe he SA'd her before he got that chainsaw and started chopping her up. I do believe he did that.
Really? I don't think he was attracted to her. I think he just wanted to take her out. I think he was a hitman.
Yeah, but don't they do that for power? Like some of them don't do it for the feeling. They just do it for the power over a woman. But hopefully he didn't do that. But I'm saying he needs the same thing done to him. That's what needs to happen to these people.
So
but
when they got her torso back, is her kitty cat connected?
now, G, no. I don't mean to laugh, but they you gonna ask a question. I'm pretty sure nobody even gonna tell us that one.
No,
they knew.
They can examine that and find something, right?
I get your point, but that's something that the investigators and the courts wouldn't even tell us.
But I think maybe if she was SA, they probably would have put that out there. I mean, did they even put out what the initial, what took her out? Because we know that he cut her up, but that was, I'm pretty sure. So he just.
Know what type of supplies he used?
No, I mean, I know somebody said he drugged her. Did he hit her in the head with something and knock her out, or did he just?
They believe he drugged her. They don't even they believed it, and I hope he did. I hope he didn't, cut her while she's screaming and yelling.
I'm tired of it. I think that they should take, like I said, Dahmer got away with doing it, but they took him out in jail. And this guy, I don't know what, like you said, maybe it was a hit. But like I say, he don't look like he had no remorse. He just walked in there like it was a regular day at the park.
Yeah. And they said his father is his father got a lot of money.
What happened?
His father is rich. His father got a lot of money.
That should mean a thing. They need to do exactly to him what he did to her and let the daddy watch. How about that?
Who knows? I just hope his father don't have control and power over the police department.
Well, they do. It's politically ran, especially if he got all that money and he got that power influence.
Right.
Oh, hey, Melissa.
All right, what time you going?
Probably
Gigi, what time your next show?
11:30. All right.
Okay.
Bye. DJ,
love you guys. Later.
Love y'all.
Love you too.
Next time.
Love you, chat.